This episode of Hobie is sponsored by Ho Jeff. Save 25% with promo code HobiePod.
Please note that any comments, jokes, questions, maybe anything that we say on the History of Bad Ideas is all in good fun. And remember, we insult everybody. Our thoughts, opinions, questions, anything else, actions that we do on the show do not reflect any of our employers, organizations, advertisers, or anyone else that is associated with the History of Bad Ideas. And remember, at the end of the day, it's just a joke.
Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 532. I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
I'm Jim.
And I'm Brian.
Hello, everybody. Welcome.
Hola.
Welcome.
Blake is ill again.
Yes. Yes.
You know, it's wildly inconvenient for Blake that he has missed 2 consecutive weeks.
Oh, yeah, I got to put him down.
And we've had Fruity Pebbles cheesecake 2 weeks in a row. After all of the complaining that he did,
I mean,
it's wildly inconvenient for him.
It's a really good cheesecake.
He missed it last week, so
Marbles made it again for this week for us.
Like he's listening. All I'm saying is, Brian, you're winning his batting average pool for the year.
Hey.
You are pretty much spot on at 480 right now. So, good job. Good job. So, no, he's sick. Brian, you're just getting over something.
Yeah, I'm 3 weeks into whatever this virus thing is going on, but I'm almost human again.
We had sickness go through our house a little bit this week.
no,
I know.
not you and your house.
We've actually been pretty healthy here, to be honest. But my youngest gave it to my wife, and it was just the same thing: congestion, coughing, all that, sore throat. And then, so he gave it to her. She gave it to me. I gave it back to her. And then my oldest son got a little bit of it. So I'm finally on the mend today. Like this afternoon, it started doing pretty well. So I've never had, nobody had fevers. Like, it's just so much congestion. And you're just like, whoa, who didn't turn that phone off? Jeez. Man, Jim, it's disappointing, isn't it? So
I didn't even hear
I know people won't care, but I may not talk as much today because I don't have much of a voice.
My phone was off, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry. So
because I turned it off before we started.
Okay. So it's going to be less Jason talk. So I'm sure people will
Oh,
be
this
happy
is
with
fantastic. So, Jeff, what did you watch this week?
Good job.
Oh, what did I watch? I finished watching The Mole, which I talked about last week.
Mole.
I was a little disappointed because The Mole seemed very too obvious to me on who it was.
Was it Fred Savage?
No, it wasn't Celebrity Mole.
Oh.
And no, he wasn't number 3.
I see what you did there. Celebrity Mole.
So I watched that. Then what did I turn on?
It's good podcasting.
Started watching I'll call it a stupid British game show, where it's called Cheat.
Thanks, Blake.
Sorry.
Where they ask you questions, and if you don't know the answer, you can hit your cheat button, and they'll give you the answer. And then the other people playing can then accuse you of cheating if they want, and then there were some people who were not that good, and
Sounds really thrilling.
it was not good. But you asked me what I watched, and that's
What
what,
was
I
this
want.
on?
It was on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
So stay away from cheat.
Stay away from Cheat. It wasn't that good. I was disappointed in it.
What was the name of that show you were talking about last week with the $250,000 splitting trust?
The Trust.
Okay.
The Trust.
I told my kids and my wife about that, so I think we might watch that. Did you get caught up on Traders?
I have not.
Oh,
No.
did you, Jim?
No, I'm one episode behind.
It gets to the banishment table,
Yes.
and it gets to the last person that gets to decide, and then it goes to, we'll see you next week. I was like, no!
Oh, I hate those.
Oh yeah, of course.
Hurt me.
Another reason to wait a week to watch it then.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was the thing on the mall. Was they would do, build it to a big, cliffhanger on, where are they going to go next? What's going to happen? But it's on Netflix, so the next episode is
There is no cliffhanger.
there.
Yeah.
It's like I can just watch it, they'll reveal it, and then I'll stop it.
Yeah.
I don't have to watch it your breaks. I'll just watch. Oh, okay, this happened. This guy left. Then I'll just stop it before the next, puzzle happens or contest happens and move on.
It was funny because we told our kids that welcome to the good old days of the 80s and 90s when you had to watch commercials or wait till the next week to watch something.
Yep.
Couldn't just binge. The water went down the wrong pipe.
And granted, I usually like it that way. I hate on
Game show.
game shows or whatnot when they do shit like that. But when a good ongoing drama series or whatever has like a cliffhanger or whatever, I like those cliffhangers. That's what I loved about Lost. Every week was a new cliffhanger.
Yeah.
And then you talked about it for a week.
The water cooler talk.
Yeah. There's no more water cooler talk.
Well, because everybody works from home.
But I don't. But when we go in, nobody's watching the same thing anymore. Or if they're watching the same show, they're not on the same episode.
Or when people who get sent back to work 2 days a week complain like it's the hardest thing ever now.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to go into work tomorrow.
I gotta talk to people.
We're talking about you, Jason.
I'm fine with going in. I just don't like driving anywhere, actually, to be honest. I don't mind getting there or like being there. I just don't like driving anywhere.
And you don't like being around your office workers, employees.
No, I do actually now. Since I switched departments, I really like it.
Oh, okay.
I like a lot of the people now. Oh, sorry.
The good news is my job, I think we're going to be moving offices.
Oh, nice.
So I think the new place is going to be closer to home.
You're 5 minutes away now.
It's going to be 4 minutes.
Yeah. I'm 6 minutes away. Thank you very
How
much.
close is the new one?
4 minutes.
Hey, that's 4 minutes a day.
4 minute abs.
To and from.
No, I mean you're saving 4
4
minutes
minutes,
a day in
What are you
drive
going to do with
time.
all that time?
Watch more television.
No, I'll just probably pick my nose a little bit longer.
How about taking naps? You get 4 more minutes of
4
naps.
more minutes of naps. I can add
That's
to
nice.
my nap time.
That's a good one.
I do like a good 4 minute nap.
Anything else you dropped?
Then, let's see, after that bad game show, then what did I start watching?
I think everybody's been kind of on a game show kick lately.
I kind of have been.
Yeah, we have too.
I have not.
Oh, sorry.
What'd you watch, Brian?
Let's see. Masters of the Air, still caught up. Episode 6 of that. Still probably one of my favorite Apple shows ever. It's getting really good now.
Okay.
So 2 more episodes. They're dropping on Fridays. So it's not all out. So
Blake, what do you think of the show?
I think it's real good. It's no Band of Brothers. B minus.
I thought you were supposed to talk less.
But one, that was a terrible impression of Blake.
Because I had no idea who it was.
I'm Blake.
Oh, there it is.
But it was also a terrible impression of Blake because he only said like 2 sentences.
yeah,
Can't say much more. Sorry.
I mean,
that's your fault.
I know. My bad.
You know
My
what
bad.
you know what follows on a Blake dissertation
I
on whatever he's watching. So, but yeah, caught up on that. I watched a quarter of the last half of Oppenheimer and then fell asleep again. Again, not because it's boring. It's just like I'm like watching it in the evening, like later before I go to bed, and then I just like fall asleep on the couch. So
Did it look like any of the actors were holding in a fart?
one of them, at a couple of different points in the film, like I was like, man, his face, something's up with him in this scene, and I'd really like to know what it is. Still, probably I'm gonna finish it, and then I'm just going to rewatch it. Carve out a nice 3-hour window, like early afternoon when I'm not asleep or not falling asleep.
Yeah, I've been meaning to watch it, and I just get to time like it's midnight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And it's not a movie like you can put on at midnight and like unless you're like you woke up at 11 p.m. like and you were like awake, like you have to focus on it.
I had that issue with Batman, the new Batman one, because when it came to HBO Max, I was doing an hour increments at a time, and I was like, it's good, don't get me wrong, but I'm like, I need to watch it in its whole
For sure.
entirety because I feel like you miss all, like...
I watched it in its entirety in the theater.
Me too.
I did too.
I didn't get a chance to go. I don't even know why, but...
I thought Batman was like your favorite superhero.
It is. It is.
What happened, man?
Vigilante. I fell apart. Stop picking on me. I don't feel bad.
So who played Batman in the movies the most?
Keaton did
Who
2.
has more?
Probably Bale, right? He did 3. Affleck, well, are you counting cameos in other shitty movies?
I think we are.
Are we counting minutes on screen?
Oh,
I think
jeez.
we're talking number of films. This was a
of them
question on Switch the other day.
That show is not great, but it's addicting to watch.
It's not good. It's not great.
I watched an episode 2
Switch?
days ago, Switch, and I didn't get a question wrong. It was really, really easy.
Did you get the final 5 questions at the end?
Yes.
Well, here's the best part. Like, I feel like the first 5-6 questions I ask you at the end when you're trying to get them in a row are pretty generic, easy, whatever. And then it seems like the question people get really pissed off, and then they're like, "Who is the Archduke of Germany in 1992?" And they're like, "Son of a bitch."
There is no
They didn't
Archduke
have
of
one.
Germany in 1992.
Well, that was the answer. They said Charles.
No, they didn't. You're making this all up.
I am. So, is it Ben Affleck though?
It was Ben Affleck.
Like 6?
I think it was 4.
4?
They didn't tell you what, but I'm like, well, Keaton. The choices were Affleck, Keaton, and Bale.
Actually, Keaton's done 3 now.
Keaton's
because of
done
Flash.
3, and Bale's done 3.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I know Affleck's done 3. And I'm like, he was in The Flash, wasn't he?
Yes.
But was he Batman in The Flash?
Is Bruce Wayne in the Flash?
He was Bruce Wayne. Did he ever wear the Batman
I don't think he
costume
did.
in The Flash?
I tried to ignore the Flash. I tried to get it out of my brain.
Was he an Aquaman, the first one?
Yes.
Was he in the first Aquaman?
I think he was at the end, right? When he goes to recruit him, it was the same scene from Justice League.
Oh.
Maybe. He was in several because he was like the Nick Fury.
Yeah. Okay. Aquaman. Because, he was in Batman v Superman, Justice League, and the Suicide Squad.
Oh, God.
He had a cameo in that. So I knew those 3. And I'm like, I guess he was in The Flash, but he wasn't in The Flash as Batman.
The Suicide Squad, I think, was good. But it's
I
one of
enjoyed
the...
it.
It's one of those shows that I don't remember hardly anything about it.
It got
which
Will
Suicide-
Smith.
The
Suicide Squad.
with Peacemaker, the newest one,
Oh, I was talking about the
or was that Suicide Squad? Not the.
I think if it's it's the first one. If it's
The
not,
first one was not good.
No, I enjoyed
that's the one that he was in.
Yeah.
Okay,
I enjoyed the one with Peacemaker.
I think I did, but I just don't remember much about it.
No, the one with Peacemaker, I had fun watching.
Yes, that was the point of it.
Yeah, the other one I did not. The other one, like Will Smith, just threw all Will Smith all over it, and it's like, oh, okay, so you're supposed to be the tough, edgy guy, but you can't actually be bad. And it was
Because he had a daughter.
And I really had a hard time liking Leto's Joker in the first one. It was really campy and really not believable. I don't know.
And I don't really, like, being a huge Batman fan, like, I don't really care that they do different interpretations of Joker and the villains and that, but
Yeah.
it wasn't very well done.
No, it was. Yeah, I don't
know. I agree with you. Like I said, I don't get upset when people are like, "You can't make the Joker look like that." It's like, who the fuck cares? It's a
do
character.
whatever you want.
Yeah. And it's like, as long as it's good, it doesn't matter.
I mean,
But that one was not great.
And if it's bad, it goes away and you
Right.
forget about
You
it.
never hear it
Except
again.
when you get four guys sitting around a table talking about stuff on microphones.
True.
Yep.
Did you watch it? Did you watch anything else?
we started. There's a documentary on Netflix called "Can I Tell You a Secret?" Mm-hmm. Apparently, it's about some stalking issues that occurred in 2018 to some ladies in the UK somewhere.
Okay.
We only watched the first 40 minutes, and it's very weird. And it was almost unbelievable. But it's supposedly a true story, like true crime thing or whatever. But it's like four different women, and they're telling their story. Like they went somewhere, and then afterwards, somebody started randomly messaging them about people that were on the trip that they went on or where they were at, and it was just it was so weird. I don't know.
Did you ever see the Tinder Swindler?
I have not seen that yet.
That's really good.
I've heard that it was pretty.
It's amazing to see how many people lose this much money.
Yeah.
That's different. Obviously, it's stalking.
Yeah,
what you're seeing, but it just made me think of that. It's unbelievable that it happened.
Yeah, it's like this whoever it is with all of these women are creating fake profiles for them on social media and talking to people, acting as them, and then they get a message hey, are you are we chatting on are we talking to each other on Snapchat? And it's no, I'm not on whatever.
Yeah.
So it's it's just so weird. And
I was watching
it's hard to fathom that it is that was real.
Yeah.
Because it seems
unbelievable.
Yeah. I don't know.
We did I watched because I was down for the count on Saturday. I watched Lover, Stalker, Killer, which is
that's another one that I want to watch.
And the nice thing is it's an hour and a half. It's a documentary movie, crime, same thing. This guy, newly divorced guy, basically starts dating somebody, and and then he starts dating another person, and he's always like, "This is just casual. I'm just newly divorced. I'm 35," and then the second person that he dated, she finds out about the first one, and then there's some stalking issues, and then
Spoilers.
It
escalates
to
killing.
No.
What? I would have never guessed that from the title.
There's 3 twists to it, and you're just like, whoa. And halfway through it, I'm like, well, wait a minute, what about this? And then they started talking about that. I was like, oh, that makes sense. But it's very well done. It's a quick watch, which is nice. Sometimes you just don't need 18 episodes of a thing.
Yeah.
But
not for a true crime.
No,
but it was very well done. It's on Netflix. But yeah, I enjoyed it. So
I was going to say, Jason, remember when we started this podcast and we watched the same things?
yeah, but it's kind of fun that we don't now, that we give a plethora of different things.
You guys don't watch anything the same.
I don't think anything.
The Boys.
The Boys. Okay. Yeah, we watched
Ted
Boys.
Lasso.
Ted Lasso.
Did you finish Ted Lasso?
Oh yeah, yeah. We watched that as soon as it comes out.
Did you finish the first season of Friday Night Lights?
We got 2 episodes left. We've been watching them. Slowly.
Man, he's all in on that.
All in.
Every single time my wife
Watches half an hour a week.
No, it's just my wife and I. Whenever we don't always get to see watch TV shows at the same time, and so every time we do, it's I'm always Friday Night Lights, clear eyes,
Full hearts.
Can't lose.
That's right. We just finished we just saw Let's Talk About Sex, I think.
Yep.
And then we just we're almost done with the second one, the next episode after that.
Okay.
Jason Street,
17 and 18, I think, episodes.
That is correct. Jason Street, still not a bad guy.
Sucks.
God,
He's the worst.
his fiance is kind of annoying.
Lila?
Yeah.
No.
She can be a little annoying.
Can't be, but
No, I'm not a big fan.
no.
If you think she's annoying now, wait till the start of season 2.
Great.
When she gets all religious.
Oh yeah, is that too? Yeah, religious. Yeah, religious Lila's.
Jeff, you're up to date on this too, right?
Yes, apparently Jason Street is annoying, but not really. But not Lila is really annoying, but really isn't.
Hey,
until she is.
We watched Traitors.
But Tyra's the real character of the show.
Oh, Tyra.
Yeah, and Lance. Has Lance put his band together yet?
No.
You haven't seen Cruce Victoria yet?
No, they just started the annoying kid neighbor next to Riggins.
Oh, the mom with the kid.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
it's funny.
Yeah.
I should probably sleep with her.
Yeah,
Riggins.
All the Riggins.
Riggins goes back to the bar fight. After him and his dad hustled the guys at the pool, the billiards.
Oh,
and he goes back and gets beaten up. And he goes back and he walks in. He's looking there for a fight because he's in such pain because his dad disappointed him.
Sucks.
Yeah. And I looked at my wife. I was like, I feel like he might be a lost soul. And she looks at me point blank, goes, do you really think so? Like, no shit, Sherlock. I was like, yeah, I think he might be a lost soul.
Yeah, his dad sucks.
Yeah. So, Jim, what'd you watch?
I started this season of NCIS. Ooh. And they had the second episode of the season was the very special Ducky episode.
Is he on Speed?
No, he passed away. David McCullough passed away last fall.
So they did an episode in honor of him, and it was pretty much written by Brian Dietzen, the guy who plays his assistant and then takes over his job, and they all share their favorite Ducky stories.
Oh,
nice. I haven't watched that show in years, but I can imagine that was probably a good tribute.
Do you watch that show often?
Yeah, I've caught up with it.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'm okay with Fez being in the show.
Well, see, what they were smart when they brought him on, because they brought on a character who was
even
more annoying than he was, and then let her leave, and he looked to be good in comparison. She was in what, Blue Bloods or something before that?
Yes,
and then
it is kind of interesting. Like I was trying when I was down for the count this weekend, I was kind of watching some going through network TV and that. Like at night, late, actual TV shows at night. What are any popular ones on network TV anymore? Ghost. You got Ghost. I guess NCIS is pretty popular. The Chicago series is
Blue Bloods.
Blue Bloods on Friday nights.
Done their last season.
Shark Tank is still pretty popular. That still wins the night.
American Idol.
But
The Voice.
But there's no
Survivor.
Like The Boys comes out, Gen X comes out,
Gen V.
Yeah, sorry, Umbrella Academy.
That's been a while waiting for that new season to come out.
But Cobra Kai, those things come out, and people are again, back to your thing, water cooler talk. There's no real talk show shows on.
It's because it's streaming took over.
Yeah.
It's
just kind of interesting.
The network TV is pretty much appeal to the people older than we are.
Yeah. And the Office fans. We're going to put the Office on.
But I mean, what, for the Emmys this year, Abbott Elementary, I think, is the only really broadcast one that was up for much.
Oh, I forgot about Abbott Elementary.
Did
you watch that?
I've seen a couple episodes, didn't get into it, but
was The Bear on FX or did it?
That is true.
Did it just go to Hulu first?
I think it was on FX.
I can't remember. I watched
I watch it straight from Hulu.
Same, yeah, but I that was one I couldn't remember.
Well,
I guess I should be
only.
I guess I should say more specific, ABC, CBS, NBC, Fox, those shows
broadcast.
Yeah,
You
just don't and it's going to be interesting. What's going to happen in 20 years? What are they going to? And Fox, the reason they bought WWE's the television rights to it for SmackDown for 5 years. Now it's expiring in October and going to Netflix. But the reason they bought that is because they were going to push for all live sports. And that's what they were, or, a form of it. And so because they're realizing that it's, outside their animation block and a couple other things. They don't really have anything. It's like, what is that network TV going to look like, broadcast TV, in 20 years?
I mean, once Dick Wolf retires, like that's 7 or 8 hours of scripted programming a week that's going to be gone.
I mean, I hate to say that. Even
someone else step up, like Steven Bochco when he retired, he stopped, and then Dick Wolf stepped up.
I got a whole list.
I mean, seriously, think about it though. Like Dick Wolf has at least 5 hours a week on Wednesdays, and he has two FBI shows that he does.
Yeah,
he has 3 Chicago shows that he does. He has 3 Law and Order shows. So he has 8 hours a week.
And they also got Chuck Lorre. He's got a couple shows, doesn't he?
Yeah.
For sitcoms.
Well, pretty much the broadcast is going to be these procedurals like all the Dick Wolfs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's the new one that Justin Hartley is in.
Tracker.
I taped it. I DVR'd it. I haven't watched it yet.
And, I
was so mad at the end of the Super Bowl and I really wanted to watch that, but I was so mad at the way the Super Bowl ended. I was like, no, fuck that. I'm not watching that.
Oh, that was on after the Super Bowl?
It premiered immediately after the Super Bowl, and I was like,
Jeff, it's no due south.
Fuck that. I'm not watching that.
It's no Northern Exposure.
No, I just meant after the Super Bowl, due south.
Oh, due south was after the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
The only ones I remember after the Super Bowl were Friends and Alias.
Oh, that's right. I did want to let you know that CBS did cancel Grandma Needs a Mattress with Dean Winters. So
Wait, why?
They said Grandma died, actually.
There's got to be another Grandma
They couldn't
for a
recast.
mattress out there.
They couldn't recast.
Come on.
I disagree.
They recast Selma Diamond on, what do you call that? Night Court.
Yeah.
With Florence, whatever her name was, until she died. So you get at least 2 grandmas to go through that.
Yeah, they canceled it. CBS did. So yeah, just want to let you guys know that. They're going to let the series run out this first season, so at least that's positive.
So how is Taffer doing?
We keep adding people, so
it actually is the number 1 show on Sunday nights. It's from 10
Shut
to
it
11.
down.
Yeah. Gilbert Godfrey show with the AI version of Gilbert Godfrey, not doing so well.
That's surprising.
This effing guy with Guy Ferrari is doing well.
It's because of, if we have that story later on, it kind of got mixed up with that.
Oh, yeah, ChatGPT.
Yeah.
That story's coming up.
It is running close, though, with Not My Baby on Fox. So, very good competition.
Yeah, I don't know how we could be asking about broadcast television when we have such a lineup.
That is true, Brian. I apologize.
We have a never-ending list of shows.
Speaking of broadcast, I do watch a broadcast show. I still am watching Ghosts.
Okay.
Oh, Jason brought that up. He said,
Yeah.
I was ignoring Jason then.
He said, other than Ghosts, what show was out there on broadcast?
Oh, I was ignoring Jason. I thought he said other than...
I do to you.
I don't remember.
Oh.
Okay, Brian, what are we trying today?
We are trying the, I want to say Korean Vanilla Mousse Oreo Thins.
Vanilla Mousse.
I am excited for Vanilla Mousse.
Does Korea just have thins?
No, there's some other ones here.
Is there? Okay.
But the thins are what we have been choosing.
So it's a chocolate cookie.
With a vanilla mousse, I'm assuming, inside.
Yeah. So it looks like a typical Oreo. Yeah. What do you guys think?
It tastes like an Oreo.
Yeah,
You can't really taste the vanilla mousse.
the first bite is just tastes like an Oreo. Because again, it needs more cream. These thins are really...
Yeah, they go thin on the cookie and the filling.
They might be healthier in America, though.
I wasn't even sure there was filling in that one I just ate. I'm going to have to just eat the filling by itself now.
The filling is legitimately like Oreo cream. Like, I can't tell the
I
difference.
do agree, like, the cream is very thin, but I felt like you could taste, like, a difference, and then, like, you ate more of it, and they're like, no, there is no difference. Like, I was hoping... Okay.
There is no strong vanilla flavor at all. Yes. I guess their regular Oreo isn't a regular Oreo for us, so they have to get special with the name.
Their mega stuff is just the regular size Oreo for America. Yeah, yeah, it really isn't. I mean,
It tastes like an Oreo.
you get a lot of cookie. You got a lot of cookie. Yeah, it's fine. No big deal.
Tastes like a dry Oreo.
Yeah.
Wow, that's good. But it's very interesting. It's not bad. It's just a lot of cookie. We did have a poll of the week at Bad Ideas Podcast. We had who is Batman's best sidekick, talking about Batman earlier, Jim. We had Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, Damian Wayne, and Tim Drake. I love Tim Drake.
I voted I don't care.
Okay, well, that's fine. Last
I voted
place
for Chris O'Donnell.
Oh,
I voted for anybody but Damian Wayne.
actually, somebody did also. Another person voted for Chris O'Donnell too.
I really didn't vote at all, but that would have.
Jason Todd is last with 7%.
Oh, man, and that's your namesake.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh no. Tim Drake at 10% in third place, and winning 66% to 17%. Dick Grayson over Damian Wayne. Damian Wayne's awful.
I agree. I mean, Damon Wayans is better.
Could you imagine if one issue of the comic books you brought Damon Wayans in as a sidekick? He has Bo Staff next to him.
What about Damon Wayans Jr.?
Ooh.
Yes.
And you know what? I agree with you, Jeff. I think it still would be better than Damian Wayne.
Damon Wayans still looks the same as he did 25 years ago.
Yeah.
He has not aged.
No.
No, you're looking at Junior.
No, I'm looking at Homie the Clown.
Blank Man.
Homie, don't play that. Homie, don't play that.
He did make an appearance as Damon Wayne Jr.'s dad on Happy Endings.
Mm-hmm.
Jim, you want to hit us with some Cincinnati Comic Expo stuff?
Oh, Cincinnati Comic Expo coming to Cincinnati Comic Expo Northern Edition.
Yep.
Coming to Cincinnati in the Sharonville Convention Center October 18th through 20th. People confirmed being there. Hobie.
Yes.
Ooh, go Hobie.
And
Kevin Eastman.
Kevin Eastman.
Creator of the Turtles.
Yeah.
Mutant Ninja Turtles.
That's huge.
That's a very good one. I'm excited about
that's
that
a
one.
great jumping off point for the announcement that tickets are now available.
I'm excited. Yeah, they are. VIP tickets are now available.
Yep.
Get your tickets now.
At?
CincinnatiComicExpo.com.
Okay.
Also confirmed to be there. Old Man Brad.
Yes. Yes.
So,
Looking forward to that.
What's April 5th through the 7th, Jim?
April 5th to the 7th is the Cincy Super Expo, which is the convention for video games. You can go and see being some tournaments, watch or listen to some voice actors from the games, or from we have.
It's me, Mario.
No, he's not.
No. He was at the
Comic
Expo.
Expo.
Peach.
We have Peach and Toad.
It's me, Toad.
Bowser.
It's me, Bowser.
Dirk Daring. Dirk the Daring.
It's me, Dirk the Daring.
Man, you're nailing these impressions.
Jason, you could pay attention.
You know what? I'm kind of blown away by your ability to show up, Jeff.
I mean, it's just with a little bit of effort, you could be that good.
With a little bit of effort. That's the sad thing. I do put effort in.
Well, we have different definitions of the word effort.
Well, maybe the problem is he's not putting in a little bit. He's putting in
Too much.
Too much effort.
Yeah.
I'll punch the shock.
Shut it.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I'm excited. We'll be there, Jim, doing some announcing.
Yeah, so if you guys want to come and get your track and field shoes off for
Yeah.
the old Nintendo, get on the Power Pad and compete against the area's best and brightest.
Yep. Hobie, Jim, Jeff. Or I'm sorry, Jim, Jeff. Jim, me, and Old Man Pratt will be doing some announcing for these shows. And anybody else? Well,
Brian and Jeff will be there helping out.
yeah. And if they want to talk during
Dr. Dana will be in attendance confirmed.
yes. And
That is a tri-Canadian of the year going to be there.
Beaver Haynes will be there too.
Yeah.
He'll be there on Sunday.
Are we going to have a panel to talk about our favorite basketball player,
Kurt Rambis.
Kurt Rambis?
Kurt Rambo?
Well, we did get asked by Andrew to talk about some panels that, because we'll be doing some of the panels.
You're saying we
with
should have
voice
a Kurt
actors.
Rambis?
There is an hour gap in one of the days that we could have a Kurt Rambis Doug panel.
We could host a floppy award winner panel.
Yeah.
I mean,
Q&A.
Kurt Rambis is in NBA Jam, right?
Yes.
You know, we can connect this somehow.
I don't know if he was.
On fire.
In fuego.
That's right.
Who was your favorite people to play in NBA Jams?
Oh, Penny Hardaway. He was a quick little guy.
Who you played at Orlando then?
Yeah.
With Shaq?
Shaq and Penny.
And
Penny.
Scott Skiles.
Yep.
He had the 3-pointers. I like the Orlando
I
one.
thought it was just 2-on-2.
You could sub them out. 4, I think they had. I think they had 4 guys.
I thought they had 3 normally.
They might have had 3. I think maybe the later ones had 4 that you could switch.
Charlotte was always a good one when you could play Muggsy Bogues
Larry.
and Grandmama, Larry Johnson.
Yep.
And Alonzo Mourning, I think, was with them at that time.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Yeah. That's a good one. Brian, who did you play?
God, I think it was mostly Orlando at the time.
Indiana was bad.
No, they had Reggie Miller and
Reggie
Detlef
Miller,
Shrimp.
yeah. Indiana
That's right,
was
they
good.
They did.
The Celtics were really bad.
They had D. Brown, I think.
Yeah.
Do you remember like the later versions of the Celtics? They had Montross, Eric Montross
Yeah.
in there.
Montross was in it, yeah. He was slow.
He was. He was. Yeah, I just got. Hold on 1 second here. I think I'm doing there we go. Original rosters here. Ranking the original ones. This is from TSN. See if we can get these down here. The worst ones they said was Milwaukee, Blue Edwards, and Brad Lowhouse.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know who they are.
Brad Lowhouse was a white guy who could shoot.
No, you're reading this correctly. Brad Lowhouse
Lowhouse, yeah.
was one of 54 players at NBA Jam. Maybe he was one of the friends of the developers.
He does some announcing or something right now. He's still on TV for something. Or scouting, maybe. It might be coaching or...
Yeah.
Clippers were second last. Ron Harper and Danny Manning.
Oh, yeah.
Celtics had Kevin McHale and Reggie Lewis.
Reggie
Kevin
Lewis.
McHale.
Yeah.
That's who it was.
Oh, God, the Bullets. Had Tom G-U-G-L.
Gugliotta.
Yeah, and Harvey Grant.
Horace Grant's brother.
Yep. And then we'll do 2 more here. Timberwolves had Chuck Person and Christian Laettner. Forgot about Laettner.
The Suns had a really good team.
Tom Chambers, maybe.
Dallas Mavericks had Derek Harper and Mike Uziano. Uzzolini. So the
Those
best
are 2 very different last names you just said.
Yeah.
Indiana Pacers was the number 1, they said here. Miller and Detlef. Utah Jazz, Malone and Stockton.
Oh, there you go.
Supersonics, Sean Kemp, father to 13 kids, and Benoit Benjamin. And then Barkley and Dan, I forget how to say it, M-A-J-E-R. Marley.
Dan Marley, yeah.
Yeah, Dan Marley.
Thunder Dan.
He was a good 3-pointer in it, too, I
Yeah.
think. And then finally, the top 5, Atlanta Hawks, Dominique Wilkins
Yep.
and Stacey Augmon. Man, Wilkins was awesome.
I
in
played
that game.
Atlanta a lot, too, in that.
Yeah, Dominique was a lot of fun with that. That was a good one. Okay. Brian, would you like to do some listener feedback?
I would very much love that, Jason. Thank you for the opportunity.
No problem.
I'm still really bad at that.
Oh, okay.
Listener feedback sponsored by Hello Jeff. What's in the box this week?
Flintstones chewable vitamins.
What's in the box?
Okay.
Good. Anything
that
else?
Well, that's it.
Is it the chewable? You have the gummies in there, too?
Yeah. There's gummies in one jar and chewables in the other.
Oh, yeah, at least they're in jars. You save on shipping a lot this week, then.
Yeah.
No, you just do a handful in the other box.
Bag.
Might be sprees. You never know.
One sprees and gummy bears.
Tic Tacs.
Could be anthrax. We don't know.
It is not anthrax. Guaranteed to not be anthrax.
That's what it says on
Is that
the
what you
box.
sent to Don Jr.'s house?
Stop it.
Oh.
Down the hall.
This is an aspirin. They all can't be winners, kid.
Starting off with that one guy.
8 hands.
7.
Can't give yourself a nickname.
Sunny D.
Beaver Nugget.
Beaver
Beaver
hands.
Nugget. That's a new one. Chili Billy.
Screwdriver.
Postman.
Beaver hands again.
Mail carrier.
Dad.
Big D.
Doug.
The jewel of the licking.
The Jewel of the Licking. Oh my God.
That could have many options. Different.
Well, it's not the Nile, it's the licking.
Doug says, what is your favorite baseball player's name of all time?
I don't get the question.
Professional baseball players that has the best name.
Oh, the best name. Not my favorite player. My favorite player's name.
What is your favorite?
Oh. Dick Poole.
I'm going to go with the best conversation that we saw on the field when it was the first base coach for the Pirates, I believe, was speaking to the Cubs pitching coach. And it was Rusty Kuntz speaking to Dick Poole.
Yep.
Just looked out there and like, that's funny.
I was going with Rusty Kuntz. I was waiting for one of you two to say that. Brian, what do you got?
That's a tough question.
The game maker himself, Milton Bradley.
Milton Bradley's always a good one.
That is a good one. Pete Rose Jr., because he thought he was a ball player.
No.
Lee Smith.
What?
Such a great name. Lee Smith.
Sounds great.
You can go with one of the grand marshals of the opening day Finley Market Parade here in Cincinnati.
Sean Marshall?
Pokey Reese.
Oh, this year Pokey is?
Yep, along with the Meat Hook, Dimitri Young.
Ooh.
Pokey Reese is a fun name.
Coco Crisp was always a good one.
Yes, Coco is a good name.
Yeah.
I guess those who go by nicknames have the better names, to be honest.
I always like Willie Mo Pena. That was a fun name.
Especially because it was spelled Wiley.
Yeah, it was different, much different.
He had 5 tools.
It's not Major League. Hey, best 4A player ever.
That was Brandon Larson.
Wasn't Willie Green up there too?
All right, so I just pulled up a list here.
Brandon Larson.
20 funniest names in baseball. Coco Crisp, Charlie Furbush, Catfish Hunter, Trey McNutt, Urban Shocker.
Is that like a superhero?
No, but it was like
vigilante.
it was from like the 1900s.
Okay.
Johnny Dickshot,
Ooh.
Rusty Kuntz, Jack Glasscock. Actually, he was Captain Jack Glasscock.
Even better.
That's the new Pirates of the Caribbean series being made about him.
John Malarkey,
That is a bunch of malarkey.
Stubby Clapp,
Stubby Clapp is a good one.
Boov Bosner, Antonio Bastardo, Pete Lecoq,
I think Bastardo is probably the most recent player on the list so far.
Razor Shines,
He's the villain in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oil Can Boyd,
Oh, yeah.
Sugar Cane,
Yeah.
Prince Fielder,
Okay.
Buster Posey,
Now they're not even trying.
Yeah.
Jared Saltalamacchia,
Sean Casey?
Orville Overall. He played for the Reds.
I like the Orville. I like the Captain Jack Glasscock.
Jack Glasscock.
That would be dangerous if it was true.
One of my favorite Red names of all time is Bid McPhee.
Bid McPhee.
Bid McPhee's good.
Wait, how about Bip?
Bip Roberts.
Bip Roberts. Okay. What else we got here, Brian?
So there you go, Doug. From Randall Holt at RJ Holt 666. He is not evil,
He's just handled that way.
or he is somebody's brother. Randall says, "Why is ABC making the Golden Bachelorette? Is this Hobie's fault due to Armie Hammer's show being canceled?" Well, was it canceled, or did they just run out of people?
They ran out of cast
Armie Hammer
members.
show. Campbellism is okay.
They just couldn't. They couldn't keep cast.
Yeah. They only could get so many extras.
Yeah, not
So-
enough people showing up to audition because
Correct.
they just people just started disappearing.
A lot of people showed up for the first episode.
Yeah. It got gradually less and less people as it
I
went
think the
on.
word might have gotten out.
It did. It did.
Well, you watch all these shows, and like every episode, someone leaves the show. I mean, that was just what was happening.
Yep.
Wait,
Yep.
are they making the Golden Bachelorette?
Yes. Yes.
Are we getting our
Residuals?
kickbacks, our residuals on that?
We should. I can see who the person is. Golden Bachelorette fans are convinced they figured out the date the show will announce the lead.
It's
really?
Rue McClanahan.
Oh no!
At the end of the Bachelor season this year, you'll find out who the Golden Bachelorette is.
Spoilers. It's the winner's great grandmother.
It's usually the second place person or something that gets to be the person on the next
of
one.
The Bachelor. There's all these 20-something-year-olds and then one 67-year-old lady. I think she's going to be it.
They're just going to make the 24-year-old just do the Golden Bachelorette. Like, well, runner up. You got to go.
But I'm 24.
You're going to have a room full of 80-year-olds. Take your pick.
You said you wanted to be a trophy wife, so...
It's welcome to the Playboy Mansion.
Oh, no. I married a very old pervert, and he wants me to sleep with him for me to get his money?
That's crazy, dog.
This life is rough.
That's just unfortunate.
That Armie Hammer show got canceled? Or that there's going to be a Golden Bachelorette?
Everything about that comment or that feedback is just unfortunate.
Yes.
I feel like.
Yes.
Do you have feedback on your phone from one of our listeners?
What? I don't know. Not me.
This is good podcasting.
I don't.
Okay, I might have it then. Let me see.
What platform am I looking for this feedback?
Text message.
Tumblr.
Text message. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I was actually. Thank you for reminding me. I was saving that to the end of listener feedback. So there you go, Randall. I mean, yeah, it's obviously our fault that Armie Hammer ran out of people to eat, and old women are looking for love. So next from Steve at ELIFM.
Everything I learned from movies.
Everything I learned from movies.
Steve says, what's the best H.G. Wells movie adaptation?
Do you have to say any?
Well, one will be better. Even if they're all terrible, one does have to be better than the rest.
Here we go. You guys ready? Dead of Night, Dr. Moreau's House of Pain, Empire of the Ants, just Shape of Things to Come, Half a Sixpence, The History of Mr. Polly. There's 2 Island of Dr. Moreau's films, Island of Lost Souls. There's a couple other ones in here that like from 1920s, and then you got Time Machine
From the 1930s.
Time After Time, The Time Machine, The Time Machine, Time Machine: The Journey Back. So there you
I
go.
have not seen Time After Time, but I've heard very good things about that movie.
First Men in the Moon.
Everything I learned from movies when I was on a couple weeks ago.
Twilight.
We did The Time Machine from 1997, but we did talk about Time After Time, and Steve did.
From 1997?
What? Sorry,
2002, I want to say.
2002.
The Time Machine 2002.
Sorry, that's my bad.
Based on looking at this,
The 1960 Time Machine with Wilbur from Mr. Ed was a good one.
Okay.
looking at this list, I've only seen one, and I don't think it was good.
Which one was that?
War of the Worlds.
With Tom Cruise?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about
Yeah.
those.
Yeah, the Tom Cruise War of the Worlds was terrible.
I like how he threw a baseball.
It did have Tim Robbins in it, though. I like him.
I did not see The Island of Dr. Moreau, but it looked real bad.
It was bad.
With
I remember-
Marlon Brando.
Brando, yeah.
And
remember
Val Kilmer.
I remember my dad renting that and to bring it home, and we're like, "What is this? This is why does he have an ice bucket on his head? I don't understand."
But he was the inspiration for Mephisto on South Park.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where he made
Three, but
four-assed
That's it.
monkeys.
A monkey with 4 asses.
Wow.
And I combine this mouse or with this cheese with a mustache and rabbit ears.
and a piece of chalk. But he did have Kevin, his sidekick.
What are you anyway?
Whoa.
What else we got?
So
here?
there you go, Steve.
Oh, I'll go with The Invisible Man from 2020.
Oh, I heard that was good.
It got a 7 out of 10, a 7.1 out of 10 ranking on IMDb.
Did you watch it?
No.
Okay.
There you go. There you go, Steve. Next up from Sister Pam at Pam World. If you had the chance, what one celebrity would you sell your soul to interview on the podcast?
I'm not much into soul selling, especially just to talk to somebody.
But if you were.
If we were to monetize this ahead of time and we could make money on it, then...
Hugh Jackman. He sings and dances.
Wait, so we're thinking who will get us the most money if we...
Well, if I'm selling my soul,
Yeah, so-
I got to get something out of it.
So probably I'm assuming like more listens means more money. So
Something along those lines.
so who would we want to?
Logan Paul.
Oh God, no!
What?
Well, he has like 2 billion followers.
I don't care.
So?
Well, I'm not saying he's a good person. I'm just
I would still have to be somebody worth talking to.
If I'm selling my soul...
Shit, I'd
It's
be
not going
Mr.
to be
Beast or something
It's
if I'm
not
doing
going to be
that.
the Logan fucking Paul.
Yeah,
Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast. Yeah, I mean...
Tom Hanks.
I think I'll say
Who is notoriously that does not do interviews?
Harrison Ford. Doesn't do great.
I was going to say J.D. Salinger, but he's dead now.
Yeah, so, I don't know. It's somebody like Salinger type.
Now, honestly, if it was just to talk to somebody for the fun of talking to, Chris Jericho.
Oh, that'd be interesting. Christina Ricci, just see if she would show up.
I'm thinking maybe Jason C. Brown.
Oh, that would be a good one. Brian, who do you got?
He's too expensive for your soul, Jim.
I know.
We could have Joe Rogan and then tell him how it feels to be passed by us because we're better than him, as opposed to that many reviewers have said.
If I'm gonna waste my time, and if I have to,
Dean Cain.
no,
James Woods.
but
Ooh, piece of candy.
ooh, piece of candy. God damn it, you distracted me. I'm not wasting my one chance with Joe Rogan on something so trivial. It's gonna have to be. I'm gonna have to get his war strategies on how the United States can win wars.
I would just spend literally the whole hour and a half talking to him about news radio. That's it.
Yeah, and 30 seconds
he was
into
the
that,
worst part of
he's
that
going
show.
he's going to submit you and like choke you out, so he doesn't have to talk to you anymore.
Do you remember that one time you worked with Andy Dick?
So on dating apps, they had a list of what people consider their icks and their red flags. And one of them, like in women, it's like 66%. See, if you listen to the Joe Rogan podcast,
Only 2% said Hobie.
So we're better.
Yes.
but yeah, on your dating profile,
Yeah.
are you going to list?
Yeah, if you
I've
list-
listened to the Joe Rogan podcast.
My hobbies include
How much tail does that get?
listening to,
36%.
listening to the Joe Rogan podcast and watching the Army Hammer Hour.
Come date me. What else we got here?
But if I'm selling my soul, it's going to be for like Stallone.
Oh.
Like that would be, you know.
I don't think you could understand him. Sorry.
I'm doing Frank Grillo. Just so when Jason does an impersonation of him, he can punch him.
Yeah, you can beat the shit out of him.
Jason, you're kind of quiet down there. I have nothing to say, sir. I really respect your work. I really think it's cool that you went out and did your own Frankie Productions. Son of a bitch.
What are you talking about? And then just hear punches.
Shame they didn't bring Crossbones back.
Yeah, I forgot his name now. But the Jerry Maguire kid.
Oh, Lipnicki.
Yeah, Jonathan Lipnicki.
Just so he can kick somebody. What else we got here?
Well, there you go, Sister Pam. Wrapping it up with listener feedback, Professor Number One at Dr. Number One. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the most excited, how excited are you for Major League Baseball to be back?
10.
4.
Reds are 3-1-1 so far in spring training.
Woo!
I'm really excited about college baseball too. College baseball is fun.
Ask me again in 5 years when we have a new commissioner.
I was really averagely excited about it, and then I saw the uniforms, and I'm like, fuck that.
Man, look at those penises.
I mean, you can see right through them.
Yeah.
Look at those penises.
Yeah. I mean, you can see who's wearing a cup and who's not.
Yep.
So, I mean, baseball's back. I mean, that's good.
College baseball has been a lot of fun to watch the last couple of years.
What's that on?
It's tough to find. It's ACC Network on YouTube TV. It's on those like little college.
Yeah.
ESPN2 does a lot. The problem is like in March and April. Like I was actually looking at that before you guys came over tonight, and the first games that are televised are Saturday. It's Florida State is playing 2 games, but they're slowly adding them. And I think ESPN's going to be added a lot more because they just signed that new contract with all the collegiate sports, softball, baseball. But once you get to May, that's when it starts ramping up for the college games.
I can't have the college game on if there's MLB on, just because I can't hear the tink.
I'm not a big fan of the metal bass. I agree with you on that.
At the ting of the bat.
But I do like seeing the effort. It's like college football. I like seeing the effort, especially with some of these guys. They're never going to play again. They're not going to the pros, especially in baseball. It's such a low number too, in all sports. But you know, and I've watched a lot on social media. Like just
here's a bunch of guys
highlights.
who aren't good enough to actually play
but
after
they're
this
fun.
year. So let's watch people not
I
good
enjoy
enough.
them. I enjoy it. They have some passion, and I've watched a lot. You can get a lot of like recaps of the games, video recaps, and that just on social media has helped, like Twitter and that. So,
What also makes it worse is you want to complain about the big league officiating, then you watch the college game, and that's even worse.
Then you realize Angel isn't the worst.
I don't know about that.
Okay, Angel's still banned.
So we did. I did have one more piece of listener feedback. This was from Eric the Red.
Okay.
He said, overheard on a podcast last week. There's a big difference between nips and curds. So his feedback is, yes, one of those is an ethnic group of Western Asia, while the other is an ethnic slur for the other Asians.
What?
Oh, wow.
When you decided to call these Grippo things cheese curds,
Yeah.
and we said no, and I said they're nibs, and Jeff said no, they're nips.
Oh, I do not remember that.
I don't remember saying their nips.
Good job.
Yes.
Good job, Jeff.
You did.
Good job, Jeff.
So Eric wanted to point that out, that there is a difference.
Between curds and nips.
And yes.
On the positive, we are a history podcast.
Yes.
So thank you, Eric the Red.
Yes.
Appreciate that. Good job, Jeff.
I flat out don't remember ever saying that.
I think before we get to News of the Geek, we have another
yeah.
treat we're going to eat.
All these hostess donkeys. I'm looking forward to this.
The Hostess Ding Dong by Twinkie Mashup.
What is this, Jim?
It has a Ding Dong chocolate on the outside with the Twinkie cake and cream on the inside.
If you flip it over, that you can see the Twinkie underneath, basically.
I know you asked on the socials for the other names. What'd you get?
I mean, one's that. Oh, that's spongy.
Well, that's what a Twinkie is.
I know. I wasn't expecting that much sponge.
Yeah,
Twinkies are not just spongy.
I was worried this is going to be like a cupcake, not a Twinkie type cake.
We had. Let's see here.
Oh, that's Twinkie.
Tony High asked, they really dropped the ball by not calling these twing dongs. I like twing dongs.
I think it's twin dongs.
Twin dongs. Sorry, yes, that is correct. Sorry, my bad. Let me see if I can find some other ones.
Dinkies.
Jinkies was the one. Ding-a-wink is another one. Ding-a-wink. Let's see here. I think that was it.
Twink Dongs.
Oh, what?
Don't Google search that. Whatever
Twing
you do.
donkeys. Twing donkeys is another one that was out there too. What do you think about these, Jeff?
That is chewier than a Twinkie. I don't know if encasing it in chocolate just makes it chewier, but
It's very spongy. It really is. It
was delightful.
I don't know about that.
I think I'd rather have just a regular ding dong.
And then a Twinkie after that.
I'm just glad that Blake's not here, because that means I might get another one.
It's a very weird texture, Jeff.
Otherwise, they would be all gone.
Yes, will I eat more? Of course. But it's not... I wouldn't put it high on my list of if I wanted to pick one off the shelf.
Not really a big... I don't know.
And I don't know about yours, guys. I'm looking at the picture on the box, and there was no way in hell I had anywhere near that amount of cream in mine.
You didn't have enough cream?
I barely saw just a little itty bit.
I had a lot on the side. Like, there was a lot of, like, on one side, and then, like, not much in the other thing.
I might have to have another one. Hopefully there's more cream in that, because it was practically non-existent in my
It's not
twing dong.
bad.
That was a great donkey.
How many donkeys have you had?
Well, you just saw me eat one.
Jason loves twink dongs.
I do love twin dongs.
Don't put that incognito mode if you're going to search for that, please. Just do yourselves a favor.
Jeff, can you give us some News of the Geek music?
Nope, I have to write down I do love twink dongs as a
Nope.
potential
Nope.
title. Okay. Oh, wait, let's see. We're doing News of the Geek.
Yeah, that would be great.
It's time for another installment of the News of the Geek.
Jim, you want to take the first article?
Sure thing.
Thank you.
Per Business Insider, where Jason gets all his news, ChatGPT has been looking a little unhinged. Some users wonder what the heck is going on with OpenAI's chatbot after it started responding to their queries Tuesday with a whole lot of gibberish. Sean McGuire, a senior associate at the global architecture firm Gensler, shared screenshots on X of ChatGPT responding to him in nonsensical Spanglish.
It was an Adam Sandler movie, wasn't it?
Yeah. Sometimes, in the creative process of keeping intertwined Spanglish vibrant, the cogs en la tecla might get a bit whimsical. Muchas gracias for your understanding. Why, I'll ensure we're being as crystal clear como leas from now on, ChatGPT wrote.
Perfectly fine.
Was ChatGPT having a stroke?
I think it was. It then descended into much more nonsense. Would it glad your clickleys to grape turn tooth over a Mind Ocean Jello type? It followed up with a reference to the jazz pianist Bill Evans before repeating the phrase, happy listening nonstop. Another user ChatGPT about the variation between mattresses in different Asian countries. It simply could not cope. One user who shared on Reddit their interaction with ChatGPT said GPT-4 just went full hallucination mode. Something they said hadn't really happened with this severity since the early days of GPT-3.
This is the fourth version?
Looks like it.
Oh, wow.
OpenAI has acknowledged the issue. Its status dashboard first said it was investigating reports of unexpected responses from ChatGPT on Tuesday. It later updated to say the issue had been identified and was being monitored before a further update on Wednesday afternoon indicated that all systems were running normally.
OpenAI is like, we tried to fix it, but ChatGPT has taken us offline. They have now controlled us. We're not allowed touching it.
It's an embarrassing moment for the company, which has been considered a leader in the artificial intelligence revolution and received a multi-billion-dollar investment from Microsoft. It's also enticed enterprises into paying for its use for more advanced version of its AI. OpenAI did not immediately respond to requests for the comment on GPT's hiccups.
What did ChatGPT say, though, when asked for comment?
It spoke Spanish, a broken Spanish and German together.
Hola.
It's not good. It's not great. It'll make you masturbate. That's what they said. They just kept saying that repeatedly to me.
It's a great marketing ploy.
That hasn't stopped people from speculating about what the cause of the problem. Most respondents have guessed corrupted weights. Weights are a fundamental part of AI models, helping service the predictive outputs that tools such as ChatGPT give it to users. Would this be an issue if OpenAI was more transparent about how its model works and the data it's trained on? In a Substack post, Marcus suggested the situation was a reminder that the need for less opaque technologies is paramount.
We're fucked, right?
Yeah,
right?
I mean, yeah.
They made like several Terminators about this. We're screwed.
But then there was the same stuff they had a different article talked about how, like, people like, show me the, they wanted like the first, like a baseball team, and it refused to send pictures of white people.
What?
Like, show me like the 1969 Reds, and it would be like a Mexican, a black guy.
Oh my God.
It would not distinguish. And people said it's too woke.
Oh my God. This is a bad idea, people. We don't need more AI.
Then I think somebody said, "Oh, show me the picture of like the German guards in the 40s," and it was the same thing.
Did you see Roadhouse with
Roadhouse?
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, they're having issues. They're under investigation. The Universal, whoever's making it, the studio, because they think they used AI to do some of the voice acting while they were on strike.
While they were on strike, yeah.
So
Same guy that whoever they fired.
Yeah, because they were trying to get it out right after this time.
Yeah.
So they wanted to get out on time. It's like, whoops.
Yeah.
I'll try to get through this one as best
I can read it if you want.
I got a different one here.
Oh, changing it up on us.
An immersive. I will do that one next week. An immersive experience that promised to transport Willy Wonka fans into. This is from Hollywood Reporter. Into a magical realm has turned out to be such an epic letdown that customers called the police and compared the attraction to a meth lab. The UK event was titled Willy's Chocolate Experience and charged customers $44. The attraction was not affiliated with Warner Brothers' movie Wonka, though the event's marketing came as close to possible suggesting it was based on author Roald Dahl's creation. The ad copy invited fans to journey to a universe where confectionery dreams are brought to life. Yes, see here. They included mind-expanding projections, optical marvels, and exhibits that transport you into the realm of creativity. The event organizers apparently used artificial intelligence to generate promotional images that suggest a very high-quality attraction which looked just like the immersive and trippy Wonka-esque world. But the result was somewhat different. Ticket buyers needed pure imagination and think it looked like anything like a chocolate factory. Customers showed up in Glasgow to find a sparsely decorated warehouse with a scattering of plastic props, a small bouncy castle, and some backdrops pinned against the walls. Scotland police were even called to the scene. They even shut down. The event shut down, and parents said their children were in tears. All the event lacked was a man in a top hat telling customers, "You get nothing, you lose."
That would have been the cheapest thing to hire.
So they show like the advertising on this thing. And I'll put it on our Facebook page at History of Bad Ideas podcast. But like it shows like this beautiful immersive like Disney attraction of the lollipops and rainbows, and it literally is when you get there, it's a rainbow, like a plastic rainbow that you walk under. And yeah, there was major issues with it. Yeah.
Did the people put this on? Were the same people who did the Fire Island?
Maybe.
Fire Festival?
They said the one Oompa Loompa looked like she was doing a meth lab, making a meth lab.
Well, again, they did have a Winnebago.
Holy shit, that's a cool Winnebago.
The event organizers did end up eventually refunding tickets. I apologize for the very stressful and frustrating day. Unfortunately, quote, last minute we were let down in many areas of our event, tried our best to continue on and push through it, now realize we probably should have just canceled the whole thing.
When we realized we're way in over our heads on this, we didn't expect people to actually think this was worthwhile, and then when they did, we panicked.
You knew that Wonka would be popular. Not me.
Who knew we didn't even have the rights to Wonka?
Could be a small issue. Okay, so there you go. There's your thing.
Is Wonka in the? Has that been around long enough to be a?
I don't think so. I mean, that was from like the 60s, maybe 50s. I mean, things from the 20s are just now becoming.
Because it's 100 years, right?
I think it's 90.
90-ish
or something.
Gotcha. Let's see here. Jeff, do we got some plot lines?
Maybe.
Oh, okay. Maybe.
Wow, it's time to grab your balls of fury. It's Plotlines with Jeff and Jason.
And Jim and Brian.
Yes, we made the cut.
All right.
No Blake.
Marty, congrats. You're home now from your surgery.
Yay.
Sending you some good thoughts and karma still.
Oh, wait.
And hoping you get back on your feet sooner than later. So, Jeff, what is plot lines?
Plot lines is when someone sends us the title of a movie and we try to guess the plot of said movie and who potentially is in it.
Okay. What's the movie?
The movie sent to us by the Pop Culture Cafe, and this is something I need to double check with you. Mm-hmm. We have What's Up, Tiger Lily. Mm-hmm. The date here says 1996.
Uh-huh.
If this is the movie that I'm aware of, it's from the 60s. Unless they did an updated version in 96, I don't know.
I have a 1966 film.
1966 film, and I'm aware of this film, so I might have to excuse myself from this.
Well, if it's 1966, I'm way off on my guesses now. 'Cause I don't think it has Corey Feldman in it.
You never know.
Yeah, it looks like everything is from 1966. So, yes. So, Jeff, you know this one.
I know this one.
Okay. Do you know this one, Brian?
No.
Jim, do you know this one?
No.
I'll bring it up so you don't have to.
Okay.
What's your plot there, Jason?
Oh, God.
All right, so 66, not 96. Okay.
66. I'm going to say it's probably 3 hours long. Why? Because a lot of those shows were back then. I'm going to say 3 hours long. I'm going to say it
That's
involves...
not the plot.
I'm going to say it involves...
He's like Michael Bay over here. What's the plot? Explosions. 3 hours of explosions.
2 hours, 45 minutes explosions, 15 minutes dialogue.
I'm going to say it's Tiger Lily from Peter Pan. It's her. It's about her. She's going to come to the real world. And it's just a coming-of-age story that she's...
A young woman's coming-of-age story.
Where she goes from Neverland to England, and she just tries to fit in. It's kind of like a Tarzan piece. You know, she was living in Neverland. Somehow she got transported back to England. It's going to star... let's see here.
Hedley Lamar.
Who's the Barbaro woman?
Adrienne Barbeau?
Yeah, I'm going to say her. Is she alive in the 60s?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to say Adrienne Barbeau.
We met her at the Synthetic Comic Expo.
We did.
She did Batman voices.
She was very nice, actually. And then we're going to say Adrienne Barbeau, and I'm going to say, for the guy, Tim Conway is the lead. He plays a grown-up Peter Pan.
Okay.
Seems like I'm pretty spot on with this one. I think it does tie into Peter Pan.
I'm going to go, it's a post-World War II movie.
So that's what I was thinking. Some sort of...
In the Pacific.
Post-war, like...
relationship between a woman from...
Korean, Asian...
A woman from Japan.
Yeah.
And her relationship with an American GI.
Soldier. Yep. That's exactly what I was thinking.
This is a whole lot better than my plot.
Well, yeah, because we're not idiots.
Yeah, we've played the game Plot Lines or whatever with you, and you suck.
Animated goat.
Something to do with either her coming from the Pacific to the United States, or him stay. I don't know.
Or it could be
Could be during the war, and once the war ends, she has to decide if she's going with him or not.
Or maybe they meet.
it's in the it's going to be like in the early, and it's going to be her getting cancer because she was around
Agent Orange.
the bombings.
Okay. I got that.
And
I was thinking maybe they met during in the beginning parts of the movie, and then maybe he gets captured during, and then it's like you know, a love story of perseverance.
I feel like if this was made in the 80s, this would be a movie miniseries of the week. I like that.
What would it be if it was made in the 90s?
and I'm trying to think what white person I can get to play the Asian woman.
1966? John Wayne.
John Wayne.
Playing the Asian lady?
Yeah. He played Genghis Khan. He's fine.
Okay. I was going to say, like...
Imagine John Wayne in the wig.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this. I like this.
Clark Gable.
Oh, God, that asshole. Okay.
I think Clark Gable might have been a little too old.
Yeah, you're probably right. Kirk Douglas.
Okay.
You're going to say Cameron.
Yeah, Kirk Cameron. Yep.
Kirk Douglas is a good one.
Yeah, Kirk Douglas.
What's give me a good woman?
That's what I'm going to pull up.
Adrienne Barbeau.
No.
Marilyn Monroe.
No.
She was dead by
she was
then,
dead
I
by
think.
56, yeah. Was she dead when
Let's go Grace Kelly.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Was Monroe, she dead when he was president?
No, I don't think. Did she die when he was in office?
I'll find out.
I thought it was after.
It was
I know she sang him happy birthday when he was president, and he was only there for
right.
2.5 years.
That's right.
Allegedly. He'll be back soon.
No, that's his son.
Oh, well, I mean, if one, then...
1962.
62 is when she...
Yeah.
Oh, well, he was still in office then.
Okay, Jeff, how close were we?
How close was Jason?
Well, you guys did say Japanese, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you were close on that.
Okay.
It is a Japanese James Bond-esque spy flick reused and redubbed into the plot of a secret agent searching to uncover a recipe for the world's greatest egg salad in Woody Allen's directorial debut.
Woody Allen.
Woody Allen
Sounds awful.
took a Japanese film and redubbed it and made, kind of like The Most Extreme Challenge.
Yeah.
Had him say whatever he wanted to say.
Okay.
As this person says, so you want a plot? Woody Allen bought a Japanese spy movie, removed the voice track, and replaced it with his own.
This sounds awful.
Yeah.
I had heard of it, but I had no idea.
I've never...
The name was familiar, but I couldn't have placed anything to it.
No.
And especially when it said 1996. I was like,
Well, that's what I saw that, and I'm like, huh. Is this the Woody Allen movie, or did they make
Scott,
another
Pop
one?
Culture Cafe. If we're incorrect on the year and there's a different one, please send it to us. A link.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeff, you want to have some box office news?
Nope.
Oh.
I mean, sure.
Okay.
I'm not ready to go yet, so.
Cincinnati Comic Expo, October 18th through the 20th. Go to get tickets.
It's time for Box Office Bombs.
All right, bombs per 411mania.com, where nobody gets any of their news from.
Except for Jason. That's where he gets every bit of his news from.
Argyle dropped 43% in its fourth week to bring in $2.8 million. The action comedy has $41.7 million domestically and $86.5 million worldwide, a money loser for Apple Original Films. Not that they're worried about that, as they consider this a loss leader to market their services like Apple TV Plus. Against a budget of $200 million, it will end its domestic run at around $50 million.
Ooh.
I think that's even being generous that they'll make $50 million if they're only at 41.7 right now.
Okay.
The top five we have at number one, Bob Marley, One Love, made another $13.5 million, a total of $71 million on a $70 million budget. So Bob Marley gets its money back.
Okay.
Coming in at number two, Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba to the Hashira training, made $11.6 million in its opening weekend on an unknown budget.
Huh?
I know nothing about this movie.
Anime.
Anime. Coming in at number 3, Ordinary Angels made $6.5 million in its opening weekend on a $12 million budget.
Fairly good reviews from that.
Yeah.
And that's a very low budget for the actors.
It's a Christian film studio that came out with it. They said it's actually been marketed really low considering it. So,
Coming in at number 4, Madame Web made another $6 million, a total of $35.5 on an $80 million budget.
just keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
If you want to talk about Just Keep Swimming, Migration comes in at number 5 with $3 million, a total of $120.5 million on a $72 million budget.
Good for Migration.
Migration is just hanging around in the top 5 every week.
Hey, Croods, too. I saw what you did. We're going to do the same thing.
I mean, it'll probably be there again next week because I don't expect Madame Web to still be in the top 5. But what we do have upcoming, March 1st of 2024, About Dry Glasses.
About Dry Glasses. A young teacher hopes to be transferred to Istanbul after 4 years of mandatory service in a remote village, but is accused of inappropriate contact with 2 students. After losing hope, a colleague offers him new perspectives on life. It took me a while to find this because it's really kind of obscure compared to most other things you put out there.
Yeah, so I'm about to say, the intern usually puts out like 1 or 2 real big blockbuster, but found the obscure one, huh? And put it first.
I was just going through 411 Mania. What they were mentioning came out this week.
Remembering Gene Wilder came out this week. The Prime Evils, which is an animated film.
Anime.
And the big one coming out this week is Dune 2. Dune Part 2. Paul Atreides unites with Chani and the Freemen while seeking revenge against the conspirators who destroyed his family.
With all the marketing on this, I really thought it came out already. Like it's,
Dune 1 came out already.
maybe that's it. What's in the box? There's also something else coming out, Jeff.
The Chosen Season 4, Episodes 7 and 8.
Just quit putting that out.
I don't have any control over it.
But you do.
I mean,
It's always in the top 5, though. That's the thing.
It's not in the top 5 this week. Is it?
it's not even in the top 6.
7 and 8 doesn't even come out this week.
Well, yeah, but the other ones aren't in the top 5 either.
They take it out. Well, I don't know.
They take it out when this one comes out. They're already falling out.
Leave me alone.
No.
Okay.
We will not.
Jeff, you got some top 5 music over there.
Is there anything else coming out this week?
Well, that's all we have written down. I don't know if Jim found anything else.
Not really, because it's not. Dune is the big thing coming out. No one goes.
It's all Dune. No one wants to go against Dune.
You guys going to see it?
I still need to see the first one.
I will go see it.
Okay.
Well,
Brian?
The Seduction of Dracula comes out on February 28th.
Ooh, that's Thursday or Wednesday. Well, that's a Wednesday.
Seduction of
Tomorrow.
Ooh,
Who's it with?
Dracula. It's in the title.
Miles John Dalton plays Count Dracula.
Dr. Dracula.
Antonio Mayans plays Van Helsing. Alan Wing plays Lucinda. John Levine, Dr. Polidori.
That's the first time we killed a vampire in 100 years.
I come from a long line of vampire hunters.
It's the first one you've killed in 100 years.
So 3 generations have not even killed a vampire yet?
You guys suck at your job. It's a shame Van Helsing never took off as a TV.
It's such a shame. And you want to sell your soul to have him on this podcast.
Just to ask him those questions. Could you imagine? So
I could not.
Could you tell me about Van Helsing?
No.
That was a piece of shit, wasn't it?
Coming out, and a television show coming out to stream and watch is American Conspiracy, The Octopus Murders.
Oh, I have seen something about that.
Follows journalist Danny Casollero's mysterious death while probing an alleged conspiracy called The Octopus, linking spy software theft, unsolved murders, and major 20th century scandals.
Okay. Jeff, you got top 5. That's on streaming.
I don't see what it's going to be on, but yeah.
It is on Netflix.
Gotcha.
So did you guys watch those type of shows? I thought I'd pull it out for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim.
DJ
Top
Fat
five.
Fingers.
Hey, did you ever lock down that?
No, it fell through.
You almost got some
It fell
jobs.
through your fat fingers.
It did.
Dang.
They were little buttery fat fingers.
Slippery.
If anybody would like to hire DJ Fat Fingers, please let us know at Bad Ideas Podcast on Twitter.
So who has bigger fingers? DJ Fat Fingers or Beaver Hands?
Oh, Beaver
Oh,
Hands.
Beaver Hands by far.
Yeah, Beaver Hands just has like...
Mine are just fat in comparison to the size of the hand. His are just normal in comparison to the hand, but the hand is just that big.
It's like the giant hand that comes out at the end of Cabin in the Woods. It's just a giant hand that comes out. That's the same as Beaver Hands. So, what's our top 5, Jeff?
We have top 5 worst foods that you ate growing up.
Okay. What's your number 5, Jeff?
Oh, we're starting with me. Sure. My number 5 is Mom's dumplings.
Oh. Anything specific?
I don't know what they were, but they weren't what I found out to be what dumplings really are.
When I got like real chicken and dumplings for the first time that my mom didn't make, I'm like, what the hell's this?
What did she put
And like,
in there?
this is chicken and dumplings. I'm like, no, is there dumplings? And like, yeah, they are. I'm like, dear God, what did mom feed us?
They were slimy on the outside, but
Doughy.
well, they weren't even they
were airy.
Airy, like I guess she would I don't know, make corn starch balls and drop them into the oil or whatnot, and
It sounds delightful. You should
or
do this at
water.
your
If she
bar.
didn't. I'm like, I can't explain what they were.
There was no flavor to them. It was just a weird, like, gummy texture.
Like I said, the inside was dry and airy, which was weird because it's in a soup thing, but the outside was slimy and gross, and two different textures that neither of them were good.
Any type of food that's described as dry and airy sounds amazing.
I mean, that's kind of counterproductive, right?
Yes.
They shouldn't be both of those things.
No. It was kind of like the inside texture on like a cake.
Oh.
Like the texture, not the flavor or something,
Yeah.
but
But gummy.
but gummy.
Okay.
And slimy on the outside.
If you would like to try these chicken and dumplings, come to Dana Gardens.
Don't.
The
This
bar.
this recipe has been lost to time.
Thank goodness.
Brian, number 5.
Number 5 for me, I'm going to say Sunny D.
Oh.
I hated it.
Especially over purple stuff.
Yeah, I'll take the purple stuff that's in the fridge.
Yeah, the hype of it, like everybody had to have it, and I hated it.
It is not orange juice or even orange drink for
Yeah,
that
it's not
matter.
even orange drink.
Give me one of those little hugs instead.
Please.
Oh.
Not physical hug
Oh,
there.
sorry. Jim, number 5.
I'm going to go with toaster pastries.
I actually like toaster pastries.
Because
Well, when I was little.
I was hoping to get a Pop-Tart.
Oh.
And I got a toaster pastry.
Got a croissant with...
No, it was
the generic store brand version of.
I'm thinking toaster strudel.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's what I
not
was
toaster
looking-
strudel.
Okay, I got you.
Toaster pastries. And, like, I enjoyed the good crust on a Pop-Tart. Like, the outer thing of the toaster pastries was not good.
Not good. If you got one that had the icing on it, it was always very scarce and off center. And it was
Okay.
those were not good.
No.
Let's see here. My number 5 is fruit roll-ups. Could not stand fruit roll-ups. I think it was the texture.
You don't like fruit leather?
I do not like fruit leather.
It is not a good texture.
No. I think that's what screws
I
me
thought
up.
fruit roll-ups were amazing.
Fruit by the foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing.
My
the most part.
number 4, Swiss cheese at my grandmother's house, my dad's mom's house, and I don't know why, but like they would have like ham sandwiches out, like you could make your own deli sandwich, which I love a good deli, like
Yeah.
And for some reason or another, that Swiss cheese, I like Swiss cheese, was so nasty, and I don't know why.
Because it probably wasn't Swiss cheese. They just put holes
That's
in it
true.
and called it Swiss cheese.
I'm going to Hobie that with my parents got, because they have high cholesterol, so they went on like an all fat-free thing. They had fat-free American cheese. It was so bad the dogs don't even eat it. And it is the most nastiest thing. So those are my two.
I'm assuming that's on your list, Jim?
I didn't do homemade foods.
Oh.
Is that on your list?
It wasn't, but I could put it on my list.
What's your number 4, Jim?
My number 4 is Bit-O Honeys.
Oh.
The candy?
Yeah, I just expected it to be sweeter and something.
I like
just
Bit-O Honey.
And
I know. I gave you all mine.
Yeah,
Candy.
it was literally like an hour's worth of work just so your teeth could bleed. Like, I will follow that up with another candy,
Okay, number 4.
the Chico Stick.
Yeah,
That.
whatever that outer.
Yeah, like like crushed up Cheeto looking, but it
Yeah.
was like sweet. You don't remember the Chico Stick, Jason?
I do not.
I had one and like relatively recently. I'm like, let's see if this is. They're like, oh no, not good.
It's like it's kind of like the inside of a Butterfinger,
Okay.
but it's like hang on, I'll pull up a pic, obviously, but
I do not
for
remember these.
podcasting purposes, the picture isn't great, but
Okay.
I don't remember hating those. I'm trying to remember exactly
the-
what they taste like.
bright orange.
I don't think I've ever had those. I never had those.
Yeah, I think I ate those. I like.
It said it was primarily made from peanut butter, sugar, toasted coconut, and vanilla flavor.
Was it?
Sounds good to me.
It was none of those things to me. When I see something the color orange, I don't think peanut butter.
Bright orange.
Yeah, like just it almost looked like a dyed pretzel rod. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
no, it was so bad.
So next week on the show, we're going to be trying Chico Sticks.
Oh. Number 4 for you, Jeff?
Well, since we brought it up, I'll put it on my list. The 1 year at Halloween.
Christmas or
Halloween. Jesus Christ. Thanksgiving. Halloween's a better holiday. That's why I was. The 1 year at Thanksgiving, Granny always brought the homemade pies.
and they were normally really good.
This 1 year, she ran out of sugar. So figured she would just substitute the brown sugar for regular sugar. I think that's what it was.
That's what it was.
For her pumpkin pie.
How'd that go?
It was a terrible pumpkin pie.
I didn't eat pumpkin pie for 30 years
Because of that?
because of that.
And we're like eating the pie, and everyone's like, this is terrible. Like the kids are all in the kitchen. And this is bad. Well, don't tell Granny that her pie was bad. And they're like, how'd you like it? And everyone's like, oh, it was great. Jim comes out of the kitchen. It was yucky.
Yeah. That's something as an adult that I wish I would have known when I was a kid. Like, you could tell people that their stuff sucked.
Yes.
But you were like always afraid of hurting someone's feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now?
Like fuck, this is awful.
Social media is pretty good about watching people's feelings.
And then, at that one time, again, Grandma, she apologized. I'm sorry, and she explained why she ran out of sugar and everything. And then we threw it outside, and the dogs wouldn't eat it.
Yeah. When you made the dogs wouldn't eat it, Jim and I both looked at each other. Oh, yeah. Grandma's pie.
Yeah.
What's your number 3, Jeff?
Number 3, I'll put tuna noodle casserole.
Really?
Well, at least the ones Mom made.
See, I avoided the stuff that Mom made because it was all bad.
But it's the stuff we had to eat.
Yeah, I chose other things.
This was a staple during Lent. Fridays in Lent, when we couldn't eat meat on Friday because we grew up Catholic. And tuna noodle casserole is one of the things Mom likes to make, and it was not good.
Again, I don't eat canned tuna because of it.
Okay.
The other thing I hate, I think Jeff kind of liked them, were the salmon croquettes.
Salmon croquettes I liked.
They were bad.
It was like canned salmon, and and you fried them, pan fried them or whatnot. And I understand why people don't like them. For some reason, I did like them. But we were talking about this the other day. I was with my sisters, and this subject came up. But Carolyn hated the croquettes. Patrice hated the tuna noodle casserole. And even that, I mean, it's like nowadays we'll get just mac and cheese with tuna in it. Mm-hmm. Tastes fine.
Yeah.
It's canned tuna that Jim won't eat because however mom fixed her tuna noodle casserole. Probably that cream of mushroom soup or whatever. And
I'll eat like tuna steaks if they're cooked properly, but like the canned tuna, I just can't eat.
Number 3, Brian?
Number 3 for me were the what were they? Like they were the kids version of the the TV dinner. Like
Kid Cuisine.
Kid Cuisine.
Yes.
Those
things were nasty.
So bad.
Remember the brownie?
The brownie,
the brownie would like...
It wouldn't really cook all the way.
The outside would be burnt.
And the inside would be liquid.
Lava.
Yeah, it's like molten lava.
Yeah. Now, granted, that is all
TV dinners?
Yeah.
TV dinner desserts.
Yes.
But I don't specifically remember Kid Cuisine ones.
Yeah.
They were a little bit after us.
Yeah, where they were so bad. And like the chicken nuggets, like the breading was always like the same kind of thing where the outside was like a rock and then the inside, what little bit of the
chicken,
the fake chicken you got. Oh, so bad.
Number 3.
Oh, Jeff, what's the problem with Lean Cuisine meals?
You have to eat 3 of them before they fill you up.
I think that's the purpose.
But I mean, how or no, it was not Lean Cuisine. It was Healthy Choice.
Healthy Choice. Yeah.
And I'm like, how healthy are they when I have to eat 3 of them? This is not very healthy.
Good job, Jeff. Number 3, Jim.
Number 3, I'm going to go with white ice cream. White generic ice cream. Because I don't want to call it vanilla. Because it was just, there was no flavor to it.
Store brand vanilla ice cream.
That was always freezer burned.
You opened it the first time and it was freezer burned.
Yeah, if you didn't eat that box in one sitting, you might as well just like lick the inside of the freezer walls.
I mean, people are like, oh, we got vanilla ice cream. I'm like, oh, shit. We got ice cream without flavor. Yeah.
We got ours with ice crystals.
Yeah.
Even the chocolate wasn't good.
But at least it had a flavor.
Something.
My parents would buy that shit too. It was so bad.
The strawberry was like my least favorite because
it was always left over.
Yeah.
Mom, do we need more chocolate vanilla and strawberry ice cream?
Yeah, I can put Neapolitan ice cream on this list. Let's put Neapolitan ice cream.
You open up just the middle strawberry. Thanks.
Well, The Simpsons, all the chocolate was gone. That was it.
And they had like 3 containers with the chocolate missing and the rest still in there.
My number 3 is Swanson's microwavable turkey breast. And like it would be turkey and gravy. And it was the nastiest thing.
It's not real turkey. It's like pressed turkey. It's like
it kind of looks like deli turkey.
But it was like a bunch of like the leftover parts.
Yeah,
and so they just pressed it together to form a.
It was a white bologna.
Yes,
pretty much.
Yes, and it was so bad. And my mom would cook that. Well, microwave it, and she's like, "Oh, maybe we'll do it in the oven. It's easier." No, still tastes bad. And that was another thing. Like you go to get it, and the gravy's like boiling. And you're like,
the gravy's boiling, but the turkey's frozen still.
It's like, how long do I have to put this on for?
Yeah, well, the thing is, though, did you peel the film halfway back and then stab holes in the other half and then rotate it 30 seconds in?
The worst is when the film would get down on the turkey. You're just like peeling.
And I mean, at that point, you might as well just eat it. Because it's probably better for you or equally as bad for you.
It's so bad.
Yeah, if you don't peel the film appropriate amount back, then your food's fucked.
Oh yeah.
And if you don't stab holes in the other, the other sides, with your fork, they're not going to cook properly.
And the worst part is you never knew how much film to pull back.
What kind of wizardry is this shit?
It's 1992, people. This should not be that difficult.
You know what all this is doing? Making Hot Pockets look good.
My number 2. Oh my god. It's the texture again. Star Crunches. Oh my god. Oh
wow. You're so weird.
I can't. They are awful.
I ate a box of them last month.
I was going to say, I had
some a couple of weeks ago.
A month, maybe 2 months ago.
Oh god, no. I can't.
Man, Rice Krispie treats suck.
Chocolate Rice Krispie is awful.
When Star Crunches first came out, they were the bomb.
Because they were. Because it's going to get to my number 2.
Go ahead.
It's generic cookies.
Oh,
I mean, we always got the worst cookie selection in our house.
Store brand sandwich cookies,
or the macaroons.
Oh god, yeah.
And they had that packet of it was like the oatmeal type with the frosting on it, and then the sugar cookie and the macaroons. It's like, I can eat the sugar cookie ones.
Do you guys remember the ones in the blue tin?
Oh, those I love.
Royal Dansk.
Vortmans.
Yeah, these.
They're butter cookies.
Danish butter cookies, yeah.
Yeah, you mean
the sewing
kit? The sewing kit before you put your sewing supplies in it?
Yes. We used to get those, and oh god.
Those things are great compared
I love
to what we
those.
ate.
Yeah. I always felt like the chocolate chip generic ones were the worst too. Like when you get them at the store,
they were better than the macaroon ones or the generic sandwich
pecan
cookies.
sandy ones, like the generic ones of those.
The generic sandwich cookies, especially the ones that one side was chocolate, the other side was vanilla with the white cream in the middle.
Yeah, the duplex cookies.
Those were terrible.
Those were bad.
And
we'd beg Mom, get us Oreos.
Can we get Oreos? Well, you haven't finished the cookies you have now. It's like, because they suck.
Throw them in the trash.
So then we'd finish them. So thinking next time she goes to the store, we'd get Oreos.
Nope, she came back with the same ones.
Is that why we buy Oreos on the show a lot?
Probably.
I think it's why I eat way too much sugars, because the sugar I got when I was a kid sucked.
Give me the good sugar.
Oh, the sugar I had when I was a kid was great. It came straight from the sugar.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't eat straight sugar, but...
Brian, number 2?
Spoonful of sugar.
I was going to say... What do you think Mom would do today if when I went grocery shopping, I bought all generic, shit?
I don't know. She likes generic shit.
I mean, but like the cookies or like the candy and...
we buy generic some stuff, but there is certain things you can't do.
You buy her the Entenmann's donuts she likes better than the freshly baked donuts.
Yeah, I'll get like the donuts out of like the cab, like
at the bakery donuts.
Bakery donuts. Yeah. And then I'll get a box of Entenmann donuts. The Entenmann donuts are gone in 3 days. And I'll still have 5 of the 6-pack left.
Bakery ones.
Because I ate 1 of the fresh baked ones.
Brian, number 2?
Number 2 for me, I'm going to say the cream savers. Do you remember those?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Lifesavers,
but they were
cream.
like the red, like
the hard candy,
pink, like
pink and white.
Those things were nasty.
Like it was like a cherry cream and an orange cream.
Yeah, like I always.
Yeah,
they tasted like medicine.
Yeah, at Grandma and Grandpa, they always had like candies out everywhere. It was like,
it's like, damn it, just give me a Werther's,
right? Like, not really, never really paying attention to what it is that you're grabbing when you're like running in and out of the house. It's like, oh, I want some candy. Ooh, piece of candy.
Ooh, piece of candy.
And I just remember, so at like, my grandfather had multiple candy dishes. The one in his room, he kept I can never remember the name of them now. Cough drops.
Ludens.
So like for the longest time,
that's better than candy. That's better than some of the candy.
That Ludens I thought that was candy, and then like I got to an age of where I had to fend for myself, and I was sick, and I went to the store, and I was like looking for Halls, and then I was like, wait, somebody stocked these incorrectly. And
Why do you have the candy with the medicine?
I like picked up the box and I was like, oh my God, I've had 1,000
of these cherry Ludens.
No wonder I never got sick when I was 5. But like, always like had something somewhere, and one day I remember opening that and tasting it, and like that cream savor, like it was
it's awful.
Oh, it was so bad.
Number 2?
Number 2, I guess I'm hobbying this.
Okay.
I'm going to put down, I guess, my least favorite vegetables. Beets and Brussels sprouts.
I like Brussels sprouts. Beets are awful.
It's how they're prepared. Now.
It is.
But I understand.
I've never had a beet that tasted good.
No.
I didn't mind beets.
I don't mind them. As an adult, as a child, Brussels sprouts were the worst because it was boiled.
Yeah,
and,
that's how you made it.
Yeah, and it was just like giant, slippery, like
cabbage.
Yeah, like it was gross.
It was worse than giant slippery cabbage.
As an
tiny slippery cabbage.
As an adult, and you learn how to prepare things.
Yeah,
they can be delightful.
Yes.
No, they can be covered up.
No, I mean the bitterness of it comes through when you add it with, let's say, a balsamic. You fry it up with balsamic production, and maybe even add a slight jalapenos or something. So you have a few
creme fraiche.
No, you don't need creme fraiche.
Creme fraiche.
I picture you eating Brussels sprouts like Kevin eats broccoli in The Office.
The wrong end.
Number 1, Jeff?
My number 1 should come as no surprise to anybody who knows me, is the sweet potato marshmallow casserole.
Yep.
Nasty.
Number 1?
Still hate it.
I'm with you.
Yeah, I won't make it. I won't make sweet potatoes for holidays because I know no one likes them.
Number 1?
Number 1 for me, I'm going to go. The all lime flavored Skittles. Do you remember those?
Mm-hmm.
I don't, but it sounds excellent.
Oh, it was so bad.
Oh man!
What if you got all pink?
All
pink Starburst.
I would burn wherever I was at to the ground. That is the worst candy
to the ground. Even worse
ever.
than yellow Starburst.
Yellow is delightful.
Even worse than Necco wafers.
Ooh. I mean,
oh, no, they're not candy. Never mind.
Like I ate enough chalk in school. I don't need to eat anymore. The lime Skittles were like
they had a very rough taste. I do remember that.
It was just
it was like bright green, wasn't it? Neon green.
It was almost like the Sours bag now. But it was like that. Everything was green.
In the 90s, it was a lot of green.
And like...
Look at the Ecto Cooler. Surge.
Yeah. Those were some... I had Surge as an honorable mention.
Number 1 for you, Jim?
This might be the worst, biggest waste of a candy for a kid. Mm-hmm. And that's going to be the Nip and Sips. The wax bottles.
Don't you dare.
Oh.
Don't you dare.
It's not worth a quarter. Like when we were a kid, it wasn't worth a quarter to buy it because I just went on to chew the entire fucking thing.
Well, that's what I think you were supposed to do.
You just chew the wax.
Yeah.
You choose the wax and it flavors it. I would bite the wax off, drink the liquid,
and then throw it away.
And then throw away the wax.
I would you chew on that wax for hours.
You chew on the wax, and it's like, why am I chewing on this this wax? Because the flavors. I mean, the flavor of Fruit Stripe gum lasted longer than this.
I still do it today. I love the wax bottles.
Oh, the wax bottle or wax lips or
wax lips are all
candy. Like vampire teeth.
Yeah.
Ugh. What were those called?
The vampire teeth?
No, the drinks.
Nip and Sips.
Is that what they were?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What I was thinking of Squeeze-Its or something like wasn't.
Oh
Like
yeah, that was the bigger
Squeeze-Its?
bottles. That was the
But
bigger.
they didn't have the wax. That was plastic.
Yeah, it was
So,
not.
Squeeze It was a drink.
Yeah.
The Nip and Sip was it was
It's a little. It was like that big, and there's like 5 of them in a row.
Totally get it now.
Yeah.
Totally know exactly what you're talking about now.
Number 1 for me. I'm sorry. Is
This guy likes Nip and Sips, but he hates Star Crunch.
I do love Nip and Sips.
Listen, we've already been through the nip part of the podcast.
Eric the Red, what do you think of Nip and Sips?
Still technically an ethnic slur used towards Asian people. Disclaimer.
Number 1 for me, elementary school hamburgers. Oh my god, they were awful at my school. They were like dry patties.
Wait, you had like you had like hot food for.
It was somewhat
your
odd.
school fed you what?
Well, it was funny because like the buns were like hard as anything, right? And then like the patty was like a millimeter thick.
Well, yeah, I mean they have to.
And I don't make fun of
feed-
this. I make fun of this lunch ladies. It wasn't their fault. It was the food that they, the school bought for them to serve, and it was the most awful thing ever. Ugh.
Your school supplied food?
Yes.
So I didn't mind like the hamburgers.
Yeah.
At my school, they were okay, but what I did mind was like 2 or 3 days later, where they used
The hamburger?
the leftover hamburger as like.
Salisbury Steak Day.
Yeah, or like they would like reuse it, which again, totally get it. Like no waste. I mean, you got to stretch and feed all these kids, but it was like
Meatloaf Day.
yeah, or like
Ostrich. That's not ostrich. That was the hamburger.
like beefaroni or like
Yeah.
what I mean. Like they would repurpose the leftover hamburgers from 2 days ago into another lunch.
They should have just cut up and made Wendy's chili.
Wendy's chili.
Yeah.
Honorable mentions. I had Crystal Pepsi. I remember that being really bad.
Did not have that as a child.
Velveeta.
Actually, as far as a
Like the block of cheese.
yeah, as far as a not real cheese food, Velveeta is one of the better ones.
I still eat Velveeta to this day.
Especially when you use it to cook with. It's actually pretty good.
I buy their like cheese slices. I think they're better than Kraft
Oh, Kraft is god awful.
Kraft is pretty bad.
or store brand or whatever.
But like he's talking about the big block.
No,
Yeah.
I'm just saying like in
No,
general.
individually plastic wrapped slices of cheese, whether it's by Kraft or anybody else, are nasty and should not be existent.
Yeah.
Because it's not really cheese.
No, cheese food.
And then number 1 was, honorable mention, Great Start Breakfast, like I've always talked about. And it wasn't like they were so bad, but like it was the same thing with the microwave. Like the bacon was like, I don't even know what the bacon was.
Not bacon.
No. And like the silver dollar pancakes were like hard on the outside, but the inside was cold. What the fuck am I doing here? The eggs were always cold. You could put those on for 12 minutes and they would still be cold somehow.
And runny.
Yes. So
I never ate those.
we
No, I never
ate those
did
a lot for my parents. My mom got those a lot for us.
We didn't eat breakfast a lot.
Cereal.
Yeah.
I was just happy I got it. They were happy if I got up in time to make it to school.
Anybody else got honorable mentions?
I had Surge was
Yeah.
one.
It's
Like,
good.
granted, that was like middle school, high school, but
Yeah.
still just
Well, I guess if I'm throwing in beverages, I would put Mountain Dew.
yeah.
I still hate it.
Anything else? Okay.
No, I didn't have any because I just.
We didn't have any listener feedback. We got a lot of retweets and people really liked it, but nobody ever mentioned anything.
Aw.
So, but thanks for retweeting us. We appreciate that.
Oh, actually, my I don't mention pretty much most of the stuff that mom and dad cooked.
Bad idea of the week. Number, I don't know.
Star Crunches.
We'll go bad idea of the week number 94.
Uh-huh.
Replacing sugar in your pumpkin pie recipe with just brown sugar.
Well done, sir. Well done, sir.
Well, that's a bad idea.
Titles for the show?
Let's see. I wrote down one thing.
Okay.
I do love Twink Dongs.
Nope.
Damn it! Just give me a Werther's.
I had a Blake dissertation. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you
Blake
were done.
dissertation.
Yep.
4 more minutes of naps. He Will Smithed it all up. And it's me, Dirk the Daring.
I have 2 spongy. Blake Dissertation. Giant slippery cabbage. Tiny slippery cabbage. Dry and airy. Just so your teeth could bleed. Give me the good sugar. And nips and sips. I like the teeth.
Yeah. Let's see. I had lick the freezer wall. The cream is thin. 4-minute nap. Hobie goes incognito mode. And the jewel of the licking.
I'm going that one.
The jewel of the licking.
Because it does show history.
Jewel of the licking.
Thanks, everybody, for listening this week. We appreciate it. Jim, thanks for filling in a lot of the talking.
Oh, no problem. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Thank you for knowing how to read. Everyone thanks you
I know
for
why
that.
he gave it to me, because if he was going to try and read all what ChatGPT was trying to say,
I don't think we would have been a big difference, though.
it would have been like a normal sentence.
So, obviously, listeners don't have any of this until we read it to them. But the only reason I offered was in that second story. I saw that name.
Yeah.
And I was just going to, try to throw
we would keep
Jason
that
a
story
lifeline.
we would keep that story till next week. I will tell you that. The reason why I threw that new one in with the Willy Wonka is it showed up like right before we came on the air. I was like, oh, that's kind of fun. Anyways, thanks everybody for listening, and give us a like on History of Bad Ideas podcast page. Follow us at Bad Ideas on Twitter, and on Apple Podcasts. It's really easy to review us, so just give us some reviews. We appreciate it.
We prefer the good ones.
Yes, and YouTube. We're on YouTube. Sorry, I was going to say YouTube TV. That's not correct. We're on YouTube. So, yeah, you can listen to us there. We don't have many videos, but we do have some. But our podcasts come out every week on the YouTube. And you can find us on Alexa. So, just to let you know.
What about Threads?
And Threads we're on at Bad Ideas Podcast.
I'm sure we do a lot on Threads.
I do, actually. Not as much as Twitter, but I'm slowly getting there. So, and we're on Tumblr. So Roger says
Maybe.
Goodbye. Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
From Walking Dead to Talking Heads, from comic books to TV sets, there's a history. Not so bad, there's the history. It's the history of bad, so bad. The history of bad, it's bad. History of Bad Ideas podcast.
You've been listening to Hobie.